what's the number one thing, man, that generates a strike from a bass? Number one thing is it depends on the mood and the personality of the bass. Now, you hear me talking a lot about this on all three of my channels, mood and personality of a bass. The bass have personalities just like humans do, and it changes all the time. There's a lot of different things that change a bass's mood and personality, and figuring out what the mood and the personality of the bass is will help you determine what is the number one thing that will help trigger that strike. So from my experience, guys, in bass fishing, there's pretty much two moods and personalities that the bass sort of fall into. They either are in the mood and the frame of mind to hit a moving bait or a reaction bait, or they're either in a mood where they want to pick something up off the bottom and they don't want to hit a reaction bait that's being reeled through the water column. Now, this depends on the mood of their aggressiveness. Now, for the most part, what you're going to find is bass will chase a reaction lure, like a crankbait, a spinnerbait, a chatterbait, something that moves horizontal through the water column, jerkbait, when conditions are conducive or their mood and their personality is more aggressive and they're more active and they want to chase. Now, there's got to be several different factors involved with this as far as to determine that. And a big part of it is a combination of the weather patterns and the amount of fishing pressure that a lake has. That will determine if a bass is going to chase or not. Now, the weather patterns, they can vary a little bit, and the variation depends on your water clarity and correlation with that, because most of the time what happens is bass in a cleaner water environment, like say, for example, if you got water visibility over 3 or 4 feet, those bass are a lot more sensitive to weather patterns. But if you have a more dirty water environment, like where the water visibility is stained, like under 2 foot visibility, those weather patterns have a little bit less of an impact on the fish chasing or not chasing. But it's been my experience that overall, when you have a set of conditions that you have a stable or a falling barometric pressure, and you have a south wind, a southwest wind, or a westerly wind that has a little bit of speed to it, like maybe a 10 to 15 mile an hour wind, and you've got some level of overcast. It doesn't have to be cloudy, but you need to have like at least 75% overcast. The closer that you get to those set of conditions, the more active fish are, the more that they're chasing, regardless of your water temperature. And that's when normally your horizontal moving reaction baits are going to work a little bit better, in correlation with the fact that you don't have much fishing pressure on the lake. If you have that set of weather patterns that I just described there, and you don't have